Alright, I saw this video on my recommended and it looked very interesting because most of my childhood was mainly just watching cable TV. We didn't have much, it was mainly cable TV and my DSi. So let's see what they're talking about. The forgotten beauty of cable TV.
Cable TV, the best, worst thing mankind has ever invented.
Okay.
Endless commercial breaks, exorbitant prices, and a feeling of community and belonging? What was once Netflix's stinky, greasy, ugly older brother is now looking like a silver fox we're all starting to regret dumping because, good God, the streaming landscape has turned to piss.
100%.
At this point, I would rather be shown Ed Sheeran dressed as the gay little monkey for 120 seconds.
And I'm not gonna lie, this has really turned on me in the past few years. I definitely agree. I'd much rather have cable TV now. Especially nowadays when the on-demand will probably be insanely good and you'll still have streaming services. Come on.
Than have to watch the same ads for that amount of time every single freaking ad break. I know
Right.
streaming still has its pros over cable, but I think cable had a lot of special things to it that we
The
lost
feel.
when we moved over to streaming. Since I miss
The
having
weekly.
cable, I'm gonna make it your problem, and we're gonna talk about why cable is starting to look better than streaming. We're gonna
Okay.
start off pretty simple here. We're gonna keep it light. Cable just put TV shows in front of you, shows you
Yeah.
normally wouldn't have watched. I'm really
That's what I
bad at
like.
getting into new shows, especially now. It feels like such a
Yep.
commitment. You have to open the app, scroll or search to find the show. I swear it feels like a lot more work than it
Yeah.
sounds. It's not that I'm not open to watching a new show. I just don't have it in me to go and hunt them down.
I
I
feel
almost
you.
missed out on one of my now favorite shows of all time, Jury Duty, just because I didn't want to go through the trouble of putting it on. Once it was put on in front of me and I was like, look, I'll give it 2 minutes. I'll give it a chance. We'll see if I like it.
That's how I felt about The Sopranos, one of the greatest shows I've watched now.
I fucking watched it twice already. I've told everyone I know about it. Go watch it. It's so funny. I'm never gonna pick out a new show. I'm just gonna default to my usuals. Fairly Odd Parents,
Go.
Parks and Rec, Smiling Friends,
Go.
Maria La del Barrio. Cable TV breaks down that hurdle of committing to a new show. You check all the channels, see that nothing you like is on, and you just settle for something and end up enjoying it. I
Yep.
know that's not the best way of finding a new piece of art that,
It
a
worked.
bunch of people put hundreds of hours of work into, but anything to get people to stop just rewatching The Office. The inability to choose what you want when you want is part of a bigger concept that made cable TV so special. The inconvenience, America's least favorite word after exercise. Inconvenience is so important now in today's convenient world. You couldn't just binge watch a show with cable. I mean, sure, you could sit there and watch TV for hours, but it was kind of hard to find a show that would play
That is true. It'd be a lot harder to binge watch a show.
for longer than an hour or so. And the TV didn't have an algorithm that was designed to suck your attention for hours on end. Pause. I personally
Thankfully.
hate binge watching TV shows. I feel like
It is
mush if
bad.
I watch more than like 3 or 4 episodes.
Same.
I watched 10 episodes of Death Note one time when I was a teenager, and then I went grocery shopping. I don't even know how to describe that feeling. I was not in this world. It clearly did a number on me. Binge watching with cable is also harder because it isn't available at any given moment wherever you are, like your Pear phone is. This marvel of slave labor also has well-designed features to make sure you spend your whole afternoon on one show by auto-playing the next episode and just skipping the credits and the
Yeah.
theme song so you don't even realize another episode has started. With all these conveniences and
That is bad.
technology and blowjob future sucking devices, we've lost a big part of human society. Predictability. The Full House theme song really was onto something. I honestly miss
Yeah,
having
I
shows
have
air
to.
at a certain time. It gave me something to look forward to in this painful crawl
is
of
true.
existence we call life. And it gave me a dedicated time to relax. I remember Mondays being so freaking hyped because that's when Cartoon Network would drop new episodes of Adventure Time,
One of
Regular
my
Show,
Two
Amazing
great
World
shows,
of Gumball,
3 great
Mad.
shows.
Not sure why that one's included in there. It
Yeah.
wasn't that good, but I still liked it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it made me put away the rope that I was preparing every Sunday night. My little brother would lose it if we weren't home at 5 o'clock to watch the Backyardigans.
That's what I'm saying, bro. When the new episode dropped on Nick or on Disney, bro, you were there in front of the TV, me and my whole family. Because that was the only time you were catching that. I remember the new Wizards of Waverly Place finale dropped. You had to be there.
He would turn into like a mob boss that just got double crossed for some extra fucking cash, you fucking weasel. Speaking of weasels, commercials. You remember those?
When they were good.
Yeah, you fucking do, because they're still everywhere. The big appeal of streaming services at the time was that there were no ads. As Chills of Number 15 fame would put it, ain't it funny? I see more ads now than ever before. If you can afford more than one streaming service ad-free, you are Jeff fucking Bezos. You are loaded. You don't know what a dish sponge looks like because you use a fucking Scrub Daddy. When I wasn't doing a streaming split with like 25 people, I would have to choose 1 or 2 streaming services a month. And you know my fine ass was not getting the ad-free version. Oh my God. And watching YouTube on your TV is fucking heinous. I swear cable had less ads, or at least they were predictable. You had 6 to 8 minutes of ads every 30 minutes or so. That's fine. I can deal with that. I can go take a piss. I can go grab chocolate milk. I can go feed the goblin that's tied to a post in my backyard. What have you. YouTube does this really cool thing where they give you a 5-second unskippable ad, but you already reach for the remote, and then you're like, oh, I can't skip this, so I'm gonna set this back down. And then it gives you a 2-minute ad afterwards that is skippable after 5 seconds, so you gotta go and grab the remote again. It doesn't sound like a lot, but guys, like in the middle of watching videos, that's annoying. Really fucking annoying. Yeah. And it happens like every other video. It doesn't matter how long you've been watching. I don't want to keep grabbing the remote and putting it down like I'm a fucking addict. Like, oh my God, is he gonna play an ad next? Is he gonna play an ad? Speaking of ads, let's hear from today's sponsor. Me, I'm still the only sponsor. Enter Chan.digital right into your address bar. I look like I'm doing the TikTok pointing. Neighbors, you're part of what the f you doing then? It made it to our final big benefit of cable television. And funny enough, it's the title of a popular TV show, Community.
Yeah.
That's a picture of Ed Sheeran as the gay little monkey.
That gay little monkey's crazy.
Can we fix that? Going back to the inconvenience thing, cable had shows coming out at the same time every week. Yeah. If you wanted to watch a show, you had to tune in at the right time, or you could record it to your DVR, but you know you didn't want to do that because you didn't want to overwrite the episode of Family Guy you had saved on there where Joe can walk again because you watch it on a weekly basis to memorize it for the school talent show. Yeah. This meant that everyone interested in a show was always on the same episode for the most part. Yep. They couldn't binge watch it all in one night and feel like that's a flex. Like, nice, you have poor time management skills. I have flaws too. I just care too much, I guess. When a good show was airing, everyone was watching. Throw up the picture of the Seinfeld finale. Throw it up. Just put it on screen. Can you... I remember one summer when I was at my grandma's house and we were all watching this soap opera for some reason. Ew. Some of us had to go to the store to get muffins or something, which was a bummer because we were going to miss out on the show. But when we got there, they had a TV and they were also watching it. So we didn't miss out on much. That was cool. That's my story. Don't get me wrong. There are still huge shows that come out like Squidward games and unusual things that bring people together. But I think we're still missing that allotted time we had to watch these shows. Yeah. You didn't need some bloke on the bus to convince you to resubscribe to Netflix and then painfully log in again and have to reset your password because you can't remember if you put the exclamation point before or after your usual number sequence for this specific password. And then you'd have to scroll and find it and then play it. And also it takes 20 minutes for Roku to load any fucking app. No. Yeah. You just turn on your TV on Thursday night. You sit down with a big family-sized bag of Chester's Ranch fries and you watch. Or you walk into the living room because your family or roommates are already watching the hot new show. These weekly shows brought us together and let us savor every episode. We would discuss them the next day at school and predict what was going to happen next. It gave us something to look forward to and a specific time frame to come together. I would straight up watch There was a period of time where my family and I would straight up sit down and watch Full House every fucking night. I don't know how we got that to work. These motherfuckers won't watch shit with me now. I'll be the first to admit it though. I know cable wasn't perfect. It was far from it. First of all, that shit was expensive and you couldn't split it with anyone who wasn't inside your house. Let's be real though.
Yeah, it was expensive.
You guys remember that? You guys remember the Be Real app?
No.
More like be really fast to set up a fake photo of how cool your life is. Be real. More like be fake. The price thing. We're basically back to where we were originally. The argument that streaming is cheaper than cable
It's
is
not.
not going to be valid for much longer.
Yeah.
Second, streaming gives more shows a chance because networks can pick them up without having to fit them into their schedule. How good is this really though? I feel like we're getting just as much, if not more, slop now than ever before. Third, convenience. I do think inconvenience is a good thing to an extent. I don't like get off at the thought of inconvenience.
Yeah.
Your manager being able to reach you at any hour of the day is not a good thing. Take that convenience away from them. But I will admit, it is kind of nice to be able to watch whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. That's got Billboard top hit potential right there. And last, you don't need some hairy MF whose butt crack you will see to enter your house and set up your Netflix. You could just do it online. Both the butt crack thing and the Netflix thing.
What?
But cracks of streaming services are starting to show. It really was too good to be true. No longer is it $7 a month for Netflix with no ads and every show on there. You need 10 different services to watch the shows you want to watch. And guess what? You're still not going to have anything to watch. It's too much commitment. There's too many options. You'll never settle on anything and you're going to watch freaking Maria la del Barrio.
Then it's annoying because I get into random fixations where I want to watch a random specific show and it's always on a different streaming platform.
Again. Also, why does everyone have a streaming service? Why does Apple have a streaming service?
Right?
You guys make phones and pregnant computers. I've been trying to embrace inconvenience in my life. I spent way too much time as a teenager on my phone, and I'm sure trying to undo that in my 20s will make a difference. Decentralizing your phone is the hip new thing, so I'm basically Kendrick and the phone is Drake. Or, you know, we're all Drake and the phone is, you know, something, and we're all trying to stay away from it. I've been working from home for a little bit now, and oh my god, is it hard to keep a schedule. I find myself longing for the days of predictability, not only the milkman, the paperboy, but that evening TV. Will I go back to cable? Holy hell, no, at least not right now. But I do see it in my future. It's my favorite thing about staying in a hotel is just tuning into the cable television they have there. I miss watching shows at the same time every week, knowing that everyone else was doing the same and we'd have...
Then the difference is, bro, it was good shows. It was good TV shows and good...
plenty to talk about. I miss the ad breaks that weren't psychological tricks to keep you engaged by picking up the remote every 5 minutes. And I miss the inconvenience of it all. The fact that I'd have to get out of bed and go to the living room to watch TV with my friends or family. Check out the drip I made on Chon.digital. Chondle that subscribe button for weekly videos. Thank you guys for 4K subscribers. And thank you for watching.
This was a very good video. Very good video. Great talking points. And listen, I might be crazy, I might not, but I don't really watch new shows except for maybe Smiling Friends. Usually I just watch old shows, Cartoon Network shows, Nickelodeon, Disney. That's mainly what I watch, is shows from my childhood and even before my childhood, just because they're so good, bro. They're so good. They really... This is 100% factual statement right here. So much has changed. Not all for the better. Get up in my hometown, there's nobody left. Set up the bro with a play, don't fumble it. Damn, he fumbled the ball, I gotta recover it. East Street lacking, other bitch caught up. He spun back, that's not what I taught him. Now I gotta make the play.